They don't hear me. Good morning, everyone. Welcome to Spotlight, brought to you by the Georgetown NAACP branch number 5520. We're as you can hear in the background, we're having a good time here out at Donnie's Grill. We've got a lot to talk about today. Our entrepreneur pop-up shop / graduation, housing assistance that Georgetown NAACP is working on, not only in Georgetown County, but Williamsburg and I believe Horry County also, but we'll know more about that. And of course, we're always talking social justice, civil rights, and current events and activities that are happening in our communities, because I think everybody's going to go back to school. So there's a lot of back to school stuff happening. We're going to learn more about this right after this opening.
Heavenly Father, we ask you to put a hand of protection.
Well, folks, we're back. I'm at Donnie's Grill, and I'm going to go ahead and introduce co-host, third vice president of the NAACP, Ebony Hughes, who's outside at Donnie's Grill sign. Hey, Ebony.
Hey.
Good to see you. Yeah.
You too.
It's a beautiful day. I want you to come in a few minutes because it's hot out there too.
It's hot. It's hot out here, and the mosquito and the ants aren't playing either.
I know. So we're gonna get you in quick. We're gonna do a quick show so you can come in out of the heat. But thank you for joining us, Ebony, today, right in front of the Donnie's Grill sign at 915 Bucksport Road. Y'all, we are here with a pop-up shop. We want you to come on down. We're here until 12 noon. But also, we're going to talk about what's going on in our community. And let's go ahead and welcome our president, Marvin Neal. Hey, Marvin, good morning.
Good morning, bro.
Good to have you here.
Yeah, it's good to be here. Good to have you all at Donnie's also. You know, me and Donnie grew up like brothers.
I know, y'all, look at that. I just finished eating salmon cake and shrimp and grits, and he got sausage and watermelon.
Wow.
And I had to hop on the show, but I'm going to finish cleaning my plate. But, you know, because I love Donnie. Donnie can cook. As a matter of fact, Donnie, come here. Now, Donnie's going to join us.
Hey, Donnie.
Yeah, we just hanging out having a good time. So, Donnie said, come on, Donnie. All right, so.
What's up, T?
All right.
Hey,
hold on.
what's
I'm going to have
Donnie?
Marvin.
You didn't tell me you was cooking breakfast, man.
There you go.
What's up, bro?
You didn't tell me you was cooking breakfast, man.
Oh
yeah.
Hey, T, that was Merlin's idea.
Man, that's a great idea, man.
Hey, I did shrimp and grits. I did salmon patties. I did eggs. I did.
Hey, man.
I don't know what else.
Hey,
I think I ate the rest of it.
Hey, don't come at the Plansville, bro. You ain't welcome back here anymore, man.
I love you too, bro.
Well, listen, so we got folks. Y'all wave. We got folks coming in. Can I see y'all? There you go. They waving.
Oh, snap. Tyrone in the house.
So we got a little party going on here. As you can tell, we've been playing Southern Soul all morning. So it's nothing like waking up the Southern Soul and hearing about you got two women and you don't know what to do. But they keeping you grounded. Ain't nothing like Southern Soul and why we got issues in our community. But anyway, we are here with some of our folks, and I'm going to let Donnie talk about Donnie's Grill because you've been in business 30 years. Let's get you in here. And Marvin and Ebony can ask you some questions. But how many years you been in business, Donnie?
Well, I've been in business here for 4 years, but I've been cooking over 30 years. And I love cooking, and I feel like my cooking level is to where I feel like I can bring something good to our community, not just Bucksport community, but everybody around us. You know, I have a great support following from my community, Plantersville and Bucksport. And I have people from Conway, but the main thing is that I enjoy what I'm cooking. I love cooking all my food from scratch. I feel like it's more healthier. and I enjoy the look on people's face when they eat it. Cause I feel like I be getting it in, buddy. I gets it in. I can cook anything. Okay, what you got?
Hey
That's
man,
right.
what about that pineapple, John? Donnie, you cooked the pineapple today?
Sorry, I'm eating.
Hey, did you do the pineapple
Yeah.
today, Donnie?
So what do we have today?
Huh?
What is so?
Say
Did
that
you do
again, Marvin.
did you do the pineapple that you did at the
Oh, I didn't do the pineapple bowls this. I didn't do the pineapple
hey,
bowls this time, but the next time I'll be glad to do one. But I was gonna do it, but I wasn't sure how that would have worked out. So I just stayed in the safe. I stayed in the safe zone with that one.
okay.
But that's one of my biggest things: my pineapple bowls and my crab boils. I locks it down with that. You know what I'm
Hey
saying? I
Yes,
could
man.
do
you
you
do.
I do when I do my pineapple bowls, I could do lobster pineapple bowls. I do salmon pineapple bowls. I do basically any kind of seafood when it comes to pineapple bowls.
Hey
And
man.
my crab boil is off the chain. And I got a sauce so good.
I have to get down into the crab boil, man. I just
He
have to down again, period. You do some serious cooking, man. I heard,
Yeah.
you're a certified chef, right, Donnie?
And if you like to follow me, my website is Donnie's Grill Bucksport. That's my website. You can follow me on Donnie's Grill Bucksport,
Okay, we're gonna
and
put that
you'll
on our
see.
page, Donnie.
listen. He said his food was off the chain. You
It
know it's
is.
real then.
It's
It
off the
is.
chain.
So listen,
I'm
Marilyn,
telling
is
you,
there
I
still
know
a
it is.
chance for people to come by and get something?
Yes, the pop-up shop, we're gonna be out here to 12 noon, but Donnie's here. So Donnie's gonna be here. How long you gonna be here today, Donnie?
I'll probably be here till about like 7 o'clock tonight.
Yeah, so you got plenty of time to come out and eat. But if you want to support our next guest, you can come down before 12 noon and support Joyce. And Joyce, you ready to come on? We're gonna bring Joyce in.
All right,
Thanks,
I'm going
Donnie.
back to cooking,
Yeah,
y'all.
he's going back to
Hey,
cooking.
Donnie,
All right.
you gonna be open
All
tomorrow?
right, I'm gonna bring. Thanks. All right, so we got a bunch of folks here, and let me go ahead and bring Joyce in. All right, so we got a couple of guests and joining us is Joyce. Is actually right next to me. I'm going to come out. You, Ebony, and Marvin, you can ask Joyce some questions about what's going on with her.
Good morning, everyone.
Hello, Joyce. How you doing?
We got a lot of feet. We got to.
They just having a good time. That's
Oh
all.
yeah. We trying to catch your face.
Okay, here we go. Yeah. We got a lot of reunion going on around, but hopefully it's not this way. Hi. Okay. So what I started doing some years ago was making obituaries because we had family members who needed obituaries and they were very expensive through the funeral homes. So what I did was I started making obituaries, but from that I gravitated to greeting cards, certificates, fans. And for this series, I made bookmarks, and I'm doing an African proverb series. Okay. Yeah, okay. So what I did was I put the proverb on the front, and this one says, "You can't fatten a pig on the market day," and the meaning is it's important to follow a plan to achieve big goals. One should avoid putting off things till the last minute. So that's just one of them, but I have about 16 different bookmarks here today, and they're for
That's good.
sale for anyone who comes in and wishes to buy them. Also, with our family reunion, we've been doing it for 41 years now, and I make a booklet every year to commemorate events that's happened over the past year. This is just one of them.
Okay.
This was last year. We had our 40 years. See if you can see me. Okay.
Yeah.
And I okay. You got me? Okay. Okay. So what I do is I just display things that's gone on over the year. Um, um, Congratulations to different people who achieved things through the year. Of course, we recognize our deceased members. And last year, we made sure that we looked at all the connections that we have throughout the United States and even abroad. So, yes, and I can design this for other families as well. This is just one of the ones that I've done for our family. So, this, like, again, these are just some of the things that I've done. I also, okay, for the different holidays, this is a Mother's Day gift box, and I created uh, a little poem on the back of that and gave all the mothers a gift, a little gift box. This is Sandy Island, which is my grandfather lived there for a while. And this is a picture as you come up onto the Sandy Island landing. This was a picture that was actually taken with our camera. And it's a picture of the general store as you come up, get off the boat and get onto Sandy Island. For your featuring greeting cards with Gullah Geechee themes. Yes, so with the Gullah Geechee seafood trail, I'm doing greeting cards that are celebrating our heritage, our history. So, and this is a moss tree, if you can see that. It's in actually at a center right here in Bucksport.
Okay.
So brings back memories of years gone and my being born and our and also just telling our story. So, and especially since Maryland has kind of lit a fire, we we understand that we have to um, stay persistent in what we do. Got to stay focused,
Yeah.
and hopefully my line will take off, and you know, I can share it with the world.
Yeah, that's great, George. That's great. What kin are you to James Phillips?
He wants to know what kin are you to James?
You had to pull that old
I'm
school
sorry,
card on you, boy. Who your people?
James Seller. I don't know James Sellers now.
Okay. I saw the name Phillips and stuff. I work with a Phillips and
Oh, Phillips. That's my married name. My maiden name was Sherman.
okay, Donnie Sherman though.
Yes.
Okay. Yeah, I know the
All right.
Sherman.
Okay. Thank
Very
you so
good.
much.
Yeah,
Thank you,
I'm
Joyce.
visit you, Joyce, but
Thank
hey,
you.
appreciate that. And good luck with your business and stuff.
Thank you so much. We appreciate that.
Yes, ma'am. Hope we can help push
Very
you
good.
out.
Thank you. All right. I'm going to bring Ebony back on because she's going to join us with Mr. Lee Bellamy. Hey, Lee can you hear us, Lee?
Yes, ma'am.
Right. Lee has a very special project that he's working on in Little River. I'm going to up and let you and Ebony ask him questions. But Lee, tell them about your project that's happening in Little River. That's going to be a part of the Gullah Geechee Seafood Trail.
We're in the process of opening up a black-owned museum that has a lot of history that runs back to the 1500s or better, to where my family been here and stuff that my great grandfather and my great grandfather kept in their possession, and it goes all the way back into slaverism. And so we have a lot of history that's over there that I have possession of.
Okay. Hey, Lee, you kin to the family in Longs?
Yes, sir.
Okay, my aunt is a Bellamy out of Long, Martina Bellamy.
Juanita Bellamy,
Yep,
Uncle Turner.
yep. They're my peoples.
Yes, Uncle
Mr. Neal
Turner.
related to everybody.
Hey, that's my first cousin down in Juanita, though. That was my first cousin. That's my father's sister.
Yes, yes, that's my people.
Hey, we peoples.
We everywhere.
But you know, it's really interesting. We're laughing about it, but it's true. People that were put on those ships and brought over here, and you'd be amazing at who we're related to, because some people were sold off in the islands, and some people were, were brought over here. And man, if we start doing some genealogy, this thing here is going to get really interesting. So I'm really excited to really see more about or hear more about your museum. So what type of things will you be sharing with us?
Well, I will be sharing shackles and
Wow.
and my great grandfather called them nigger breakers. We have all kind of historical stuff that goes all the way back into slaverism. But yes, when you start talking about the genealogy, you're gonna learn that we are special bred a people. We came through a process called natural breeding and selective breeding, and this is how the Bellamy's become and the Varines become off of these plantations. They were special bred people.
Okay. Okay. You said Vereen, right?
Yes, sir.
Okay, that was a reunion in Atlanta that I went to. The Bellamy, Vereen, and Lance. And
Yeah.
that was in Atlanta,
Yeah.
Georgia. That was about 10 years ago, I think.
Yeah, but it originated from right here in
Wow.
Little River, Horry County, North Carolina. Um, the Bellamy plantation ran from Wilmington over into Chadron, and from Chadron over back over down that side of the Waccamaw River, all the way into what is called the Georgetown district,
Yep.
which is consists of Georgetown today. And on the other side of the Waccamaw River was the Vereen plantation, and then it ran into the Williams plantation, and these plantations was huge, but they were some of the oldest in the United States of America, because they were some of the first that was issued out.
Yeah. So, Ebony, now you know why my family's so large. We were some of the first breeds here. Yeah.
You're related. I don't think I mean, I've literally met people other places like, you know what? I'm related to that person. And like, there's no way in this world Mr. Neal is related. Oh
Blow
my
your
goodness.
mind, doesn't it?
It's mind blowing, but that also
It's
shows,
real.
the how deep the roots run in this area, and why it's so important to preserve the history so people can know about it. And so I'm really appreciative of you, Mr. Bellamy, for just stepping out and doing something like that, having the will and the means to be able to do that. Please keep us posted on
Ebony, you know
the
what?
development.
And the family is huge because, my father's sister had 14 kids.
Yeah.
My father had 13. His other sister had 13. So it just it's hard. The family is huge.
Yeah, we came from very huge families.
And there's a lot of women in the family too. That's why it spreads out so far. You run into people, you start having conversation. It blends right back into natural roots. And that's what happens. But hey, it's the Bellamy's. I think that's what the largest. Everywhere I go, I see Bellamy's.
Yeah, Bellamy's and Vereen's. Bellamy's, Vereen's, and Williams.
Yeah, that's true, man.
But it's a lot of celebrities too. From this area. A lot of people don't even realize, they may claim New York or something like that, or California, but man, the roots come literally, the name and the blood is like right here. This is ground zero almost for the whole United States. People just don't even realize that.
You remember Wes Bellamy, Ebony? He's the one when he's in I think it's West Virginia. He was the assistant governor, I think, when they had that incident there, when they ran that young lady over.
Yeah.
Was that Kenosha? Kenosha?
I don't even know. It's so many, you know, it's so many and so many things that people just don't even realize. But anyhow, excuse me, I'm having to mute myself. We've got some cars and stuff passing by. But when are you expecting to open up, Mr. Bellamy?
Well,
Oh,
I'm
he
I'm
said
I'm
rest.
ready to open up now, but I'm having a problem with the county. The code enforcement is saying that I can't open it up, the building, but you have planning and zoning that is saying I cannot open up the building for people to come into the museum. And so they're in the process, and I'm in the process of looking for another building to be able to open it up so that we can come and see our own history, and we have our own history in our own hand.
Well, you know what? It's amazing with everything going on. They approve what they want to approve. If it benefits them and it's something profitable to them, I notice it happens real fast. But just, you know, definitely stay strong and keep on with it. But I see President JD Spain is giving some information about Charlottesville in West Virginia here. And Mr.
Charlottesville,
Steele
West
also.
Charlottesville. That's what I was talking about.
Uh-huh.
He's right from the Longs area, Longs and Little River.
Wow. See, that
Yeah,
goes, like I said, it runs
he's the
deep.
first cousin. That's what he's the first cousin on your father's side. Woolley. Yeah,
Wow.
he was the I want to say the attorney. Yeah, I think he was the attorney general there. But he's a strong young man, very strong. That he was a part of that Charlottesville situation there. He was in the mix of that fight there, in the margins of Charlottesville. So I see you, Ebony. You're frozen on your camera, huh?
I'm frozen because you won't believe this, and that's why everyone needs to be really careful. My phone cut off because it said that the temperature was too hot. The phone literally has cut off because it's so hot out here. So anyway, I can't cut the phone off, and Marilyn pulled me off the screen. But just be careful out here. Drink plenty of water.
Hey.
Because the temperatures are real hot out here.
I know that JD keep popping on. You start talking about seafood and crab balls and stuff. That area.
Ebony can borrow your phone. That's hot.
But hey, it's good
We
to see you, Lee.
Ebony inside, and Lee, come inside because I know you're hot out there. Come on inside, and Ebony can borrow your phone. And we can continue our conversation. I want to remind everyone we do have our pop-up out there in Bucksport. Buses will be out here to 12 noon, and Donnie will be here to 7 p.m. But y'all come on out and support our Gallagher small and micro businesses. And on September 1st, our next culturally embedded entrepreneur course is starting here in Bucksport at the James R. Frazier Community Center. You can also attend it virtually. It's $200. But in Bucksport, you need to call or contact the Gallagher Chamber because we have a special rate for Bucksport residents. Spain, I know you're on here watching. Also includes Bucksville. So give me a call, JD, or send me an email, and I'll let you know about folks in Bucksville, how they can join our entrepreneur course that's starting on September 1st, our next one. Thank you. And we're going to be talking about, so welcome and come on down to the pop-up shop. The next thing we're going to be talking about is, I'm going to bring Ebony back in a minute. Y'all trying to change the name? You could back out, back in and change the name. Yeah, I can do it. Housing, thank you. Let me get the flyer up. All right, we got some housing stuff happening, and let me go ahead and put that up. And Mark, you can go ahead and share with everybody what's going on with housing and rental assistance in Georgetown and Williamsburg County.
Well, recently, Marilyn, we acquired another grant for $500,000, and what we are doing with that, we are putting 2 people on the ground up until December, 40 hours a week, actually, to continue to help people out of this housing situation those that are at risk with being moved out of their homes, have problem with their lease, and we working with some homes on this one also. Not just rental assistance, but also there will be some other assistance that we can help with eviction counseling, help with mediation between landlords and tenants, survivors of domestic abuse and human trafficking, individuals with disabilities, and seniors. Also with rental assistance that we did with FC State, we're going to do that again. Also, we're gonna have 2 full-time persons on the ground. There'll be walk-in appointments available. You can contact us at 843-790-4075. Like on the flyer, that flyer will be on our website and also on our Facebook page. Also, we'll have the dates starting on next week. The dates will be on in the location where we'll be having these events and stuff. So, and this is we are partnered with the United Way Association of South Carolina, and we are doing Georgetown and Williamsburg County. There are some other counties that's doing it, but Georgetown is partnered with Williamsburg County on this one and stuff with the South Carolina NAACP. We're just partnering together to make this happen. So we'll be in Georgetown and Williamsburg County. And I remind you, Andrews also is a part of this right now. Denisha McClary and the Andrews Foundation is doing workshop today out there. And we'll be starting next week. I saw you, Marilyn.
I forgot. You can see me. Well, go ahead. This food is good. Sorry about that.
Yeah, I know. Go ahead and that's teasing. That's not good. But everyone that's on the show, please put the word out. Next week we'll be starting SC Stay again. I remind you that last year, up until January, February this year, we did right at about 150 plus, helping people out of being evicted from their homes. We paid up to 9 months rent and 3 months after, just to keep them in a safe zone and stuff. We're coming back with that same service again, in addition to the services with eviction and housing counseling for fair housing and stuff of that nature. So it's a lot going on with that. So just stay tuned. We'll be starting up next week between Georgetown and Williamsburg County. So just go to our page, go to our website, because people are still hurting from this pandemic. And still a lot of instability out there with homes and trying to keep people in their homes and keep them from being evicted. We'll be talking to the magistrate office and stuff for eviction notices and stuff of that nature. So just stay tuned.
Hey folks, we're back. I think the heat is starting to get to all of our equipment today. Marvin, you're back. Can you hear me, Marvin?
Oh, I can hear you loud and clear.
All right. I know. I think the heat's starting to get to everything here. It's hot out here, but you guys can come inside. I'm sitting right in front of the door, but y'all come on out to 915 Bucksport Road and enjoy the good food and good company and support our entrepreneurs. And of course, as we've been discussing, we are working on emergency housing assistance. If you're facing eviction, get in touch with us, get prepared. Is it already on our Facebook page, Marvin? Flyer?
It should be on there starting today, Marilyn, because the package is just coming in, but we already have the funding.
I got you on there,
okay, and we already have the funding, and this also supports survivors of domestic abuse and human trafficking. And if you have been evicted, we are still looking to help you get into a place, from the same this housing instability, emergency housing assistance stuff. So it's a win-win. Sharon Jones, Melton Jones will be heading it off. She's our housing committee chair, along with Ms. Giddens, Ernestine Giddens, and Desiree Young. So it's a lot coming. So and we're looking to help out, also getting some assistance from 7 Dimension, because we're looking at some more funding coming in and stuff for SNAPs and stuff of that nature. I spoke with our state president yesterday, so there's more to come. So the more we can push out to our community, the better shape we'll be in down the road.
And speaking of seven dimensions, um, Ebony, do you have any events coming up? Back to school events? It just crossed my mind. I didn't know if you were having anything or knew of anything because there's a lot of back to school events coming on.
Well, the Village Group is having an event today at the Plansville Center today and stuff. So they start at from 4 to 7. I think it's 4 to 7. And also the Choppy organization is having an event at the Choppy Recreation Center today also. So
What we are ramping up for Maryland is to, provide a safe place for children in after school program. School is coming in. People don't understand, how much help parents need. You have a lot of grandparents raising children. They need help with homework. Sometimes they have work that the parents cannot even understand. I'm in that situation. If my son needed some help with math, I may not be able to help him the way that he really needs it. So those are the things that we're looking forward to. We are hoping to get the cooperation of the school district to allow us to be able to help children. So if you feel so inclined, please give a donation. You can go to our Facebook page. You can go to Seven Dimensions Outreach. Yeah, they over here having a good time, but go to Seven Dimensions Outreach in Georgetown, and you can find all the information that you need to donate, to see the type of work that we're doing, because we really are doing a really good thing. And I'm so very blessed and thankful to people like Dr. Wineglass and Divine Ministries. They really have been serving and doing a really good job with the children as well. And so we're looking to partner, and that's the thing. We need partnerships because it takes a village.
yeah.
So we need organizations to come together so that we can make this happen for the benefit of children.
Yeah, we are
Because they're
definitely
not the future. They're the present. They are the present. We have to work on them now. Somebody invested in me, and thank God they did, because it took grandmamas, aunts, uncles, teachers, and really teachers need so much help now. It's almost like the teachers really spend more time with the students than the parents. And so that's where we are right now. But as far as in housing, Seven Dimensions also, again, can help with food stamps, TANF, Medicaid, all different other kind of services and programs. Also, even to help find resources like food, where to pick up food boxes. We have a food crisis, y'all. There's a food shortage. So we need to go ahead and be mindful of that. We want to just keep the public aware of what's going on.
And that's something so critical, Ebony, because as I noticed in Georgetown, in the First Cavalry, Bishop Smalls there, he does an awesome job with the food drives. He just consistently, I think his ministry is caring hands or loving hands or something, but he does an awesome job there at the Steel Union parking lot. Consistent. And we have helped them out some there in the past, so we're gonna get back on the ground and start helping them out some more too, just getting food out to the people, because we did a couple of food drives ourselves. We can't do it consistently because of our other missions, but he does an awesome job. The Low Country Veterans does an awesome job with the food drive they have and stuff, the food pantry they have right at Arnett Church on Merriman Road. They do that consistently down there also. Hats off to them, because we really need food. Food is necessary. And with the Ukrainian crisis and the craziness that's going on over there with the wheat products and baby formulas and stuff of that nature, we can't afford to be losing out on anything. And don't be throwing food away. Stop buying up all these food that you can't eat and you end up throwing it away anyhow. Buy as you need it, and grow your own crop. I got peppers and all kinds of stuff in my backyard right now.
That's it. And you can really start your own garden with some buckets. On the backyard or on the porch or something. Grow your own food, because not only even that, if you kind of notice, at least every other week, and I'm not exaggerating. Every other week, it seems like on the news you find out about food that has been contaminated, food that is has some type of something wrong with it, where they're having to do a recall, and that really makes you kind of leery about, you know, when you purchase food from the grocery stores and things, make sure you wash it and all of that. But we need to get back to the basics and understand the crisis that we have in the United States. So something to think about.
Yeah, and another thing, Ebony, we really need to look at what's happening to our property, especially in the rural area, our farmlands and stuff. Because, you know, we're looking at right now in the comprehensive plan, I understood that they're trying to pass the comprehensive plan where you could only build on 50% of the property now, but that's only targeting the Waccamaw Neck. No, we need to really get down to the wire here and make sure that's covering the whole county, because you're talking about a 20-year plan. So we got to get deep involved with that comprehensive land use plan that they're coming up with right now and stuff. We can't let that go through the way it is. So everybody, you need to call your county councilman, and everyone need to call your county councilmen and stuff, you know, and let them know that is not good enough. If it's good enough for Waccamaw, it's good enough for all the areas. You know, we can't allow that to happen because everything can't look like Waccamaw. So if they're blocking it in Waccamaw, that tells you they're coming this way to the western side of Georgetown to make it look like Waccamaw. We don't want Waccamaw over here.
Right.
We want our community to look the way it is. We understand growth is coming, but controlled growth.
Controlled growth, you know, and also to match the infrastructure, you know.
Exactly.
We're having an infrastructure problem. So to continue to build the way they are, and not only that, nobody's consulting with the local tribal, Native American tribal chiefs about sacred land. Nobody's consulting with the Gullah Geechee people, the Black individuals about their land. People may not want to see that growth in their area, you know, that, and there's nothing wrong with that, to preserve how something naturally looks, because really all of this is kind of stemming from like you said, from Myrtle Beach on back. From my understanding, I think Myrtle Beach is what, second as far as in growth in the United States, and they're steady pushing back to the point that the people who were born and raised here and still live here won't be able to afford it. That's another thing that's happening.
And that's happening in Georgetown.
It's happening
also on the west end. Huge.
Yep, I really,
huge pushback.
I felt so bad for one of my clients, and she's on oxygen. She called me and said, "Ebony, I think I may have." And keep in mind, she's a woman that's almost 65 years old. She said, "Ebony, I hate to do it, but I may have to move in with my mom." She said, "My rent is going from $750 to $900 and something dollars, almost $1,000 a month in 1 year." You know, and she's on Social Security. You know, and you know, it's crazy. Everything is driving the cost of everything up, including food, including housing. And so that's why I really love with the NAACP, we have fought for affordable housing. You know, that's a problem. Regular people need affordable housing.
Yeah, we lost 90 units on Wedgefield, you know, just our foolish behaviors, you know, of a few county councilmen, you know, and it's sad that happened in 7th District, you know, in the 7th District where they're trying to come to. Now they're trying to come to 7th District, but that tells you what the intention is. It's not about affordable housing. It's about gentrification. And that's what you'll end up with if we're not careful. You know, that's why you have to get strong councilmen, city and county councilmen. You have to get strong people in these positions. Quit putting these mom and pop folks in the positions and put folks into that understand, that could really get down and dig into the policies and ordinance that's being put into place. The Georgetown is getting crazy. The city of Georgetown have lost their mind with these utility tax raises and stuff that's going on right now. $1,000 fine not to clean a trash can out. You know, it's just stupid stuff that they're doing. You know, just harass. It boils down to harassment. You know,
it is. And you know, the thing about it is, Mr. Neal, I got a letter that talked about that increase, and I actually did the calculations on it. What type of an increase would 2% make? You know, that sound like that much, but when I really looked at what I normally pay, and that percentage would equal about $32 increase a month.
Yeah.
Right. I can afford that. But you got so many people that can't even afford what it is now. You know, the housing situation, all of it compounding together, is leaves room for disaster, and that means people continuing to lose their property,
Yeah,
continuing to lose their land, and you know that's intentional versus trying to do something to remediate or help the problem. You know, you
yeah,
don't ever impose something without a a solution to help remedy the folks that it's going to impact the greatest.
yeah. And that's why we keep bringing back programs like the SC State Plus and the affordable housing and housing stability services and stuff to the area because of those same reasons, Ebony. People are being pushed out, they get behind on their rent. Next thing you know, they're out the door for eviction. You know, it's just crazy. You know, we have to really look at what we are doing and stuff in our communities and make sure that those ordinances that's put in place, you have to bring an ordinance where it's inclusive, inclusionary zones, where you have affordable housing and everything else mixed with it. You talk about mixed use. You know, we need to come with an inclusionary zone that you can have affordable housing mixed with it, but you have to put people in there to make that happen. They don't even want to talk about that. So
That,
it's crucial.
that's right. Mr. Neal, when can people go ahead and start making appointments or calling in to receive this rental assistance? Because keep in mind, and I think you already said this before, the rental assistance is even if you've already left that place, you can still get assistance for back rent, future rent, moving expenses, legal assistance, especially if someone is trying to. You
Yeah.
do have rights as a renter. So when can people actually start with this?
They can start right now when they saw that number running across the screen. They can just start calling that number. They could even get assistance right now, Ebony, as we are speaking. You just call that number and someone will reach back out to them. One of our team housing personnel, it will either be Ernestine Giddens or Sharon Jones, who is our chair of the housing committee. They'll reach back out to them and set up an appointment with them within the next week here. So, and it's crucial that they do that. You know, we also have some volunteers that's going to come in also. You know, John DeRay and the Club 142. That's one of our partners that always assists us in these endeavors and stuff. You know, 70 Dimensions. You know, those are the type of assistance that we get. You know, when we get into situations like this, we're going to need more help, but we wanted some consistency on the ground this time with at least 40-hour a week where we can get much more in. You know, and
Yes.
it works. Everyone that applied, they got it this time. Everyone that applied with us the last time, they got it. Sometime it took a little bit more time and some work and some phone calls and stuff of that nature, but it works. It works. This is no gimmick. This is no fake phone call, and this is no fake news. It is.
And the thing about it is, I need people to also even think about this. You know, this should not be a political thing, but it is. Think about all the people who are around helping with housing. Who is helping with rental? Who's helping with food security? Who's helping with disaster resilience? Think about that when it's time to vote.
Yeah,
Who's actually helping the people? Who's actually helping to with the needs of the people? Vote for those people.
yeah. You know, we don't need sound good people. We need effective people, Ebony. And I say that because once you put your hands on something, there should be a change. You know, so you have to be a change agent. Look for those people that are always making things happen for your community. You know, you don't wait to run for a seat or position, you know, to start attending these meetings and stuff. When you see people like that and stuff, those are not the people that you want in those positions. You know, because they say they got a heart for what they're doing. They don't have a heart for it because if they did, they would have been attending those meetings before they ran for office. So be
Yep.
careful who we put in these positions because they sound good and look good. You need people that's going to actually affect change and people that you have known, seen in the fight for justice. I could take the NAACP right now and take a half of our executive committee and just put them out there and run for any position in Georgetown County.
Yep, because they've been doing the work. They've been doing the work for free. They've been doing the work for free all this time. So watch out for the ones who's all of a sudden just popping up and wanting to run for something. All
Yeah,
of it, you know, that pay attention to
most
that.
definitely. And we strong because there's a seat coming open right now in the city council. Al Joseph resigned and took a job as, I guess, Front Street makeup artist, or well, what was that?
Tourism, some type of tourism coordinator.
Okay.
It's something with tourism. And that's something to even think about. You know, they always say, well, we don't have money for this. We don't have money for that. But all of a sudden, 2 positions were created. A couple of position was created out of thin air. And supposedly we can't afford. How is that helping the people here? Because tax dollars are paying for that. So I need to understand, how is tourism, which is needed, it's a good thing, but how do you create a whole position? How is that helping people in Georgetown? I want to know that.
And not only that, Ebony, you know, how do you create a position and try to kill or close Georgetown Steel that's feeding families? You know what I'm saying? Multiple people. You open something for someone, you know, for a pocket of people, and those that live here, making a living wage, you know, and beyond, educating our children, trying to close those things. It seems as though there's a target, actually, you know, in the term Black Lives Matter. Black Lives Matter. That's why we fight for Black lives, because we have to fight for Black lives.
Well, we have to not only fight for it, but we have to also hold officials accountable, because there is a county resolution for Black Lives Matter anyhow.
Exactly.
And so they need to go ahead and live up to that, because they were the ones that put it out there. And so I haven't forgotten. But we really need to think about that. Any type of industry that we need to prioritize on bringing industries that actually bring living wages to the people that live here. It can include tourism, but it also needs to create jobs that will allow people to have a living wage here.
Yeah, and that's why it's so critical to be at the zoning meetings and zoning appeals meeting, you know, because it's critical. You know, just look at what just happened with Donald Gilliard. You know, he fought and got the votes that's needed to keep that steel mill open. 8-1. 8-1. You know, so
see what happened to him.
Yes, so what happened to him? So it tells you who's in the chair. You know, imagine if this was back in the 60s. They'd have had a rope around his neck, you know, for pushing that type water. He'd have been getting lashed right now, spit on, a dog bite like Dr. King did. Just imagine that. If we didn't have people that fight for just a minimum wage in Georgetown County School District, you know, we didn't even know what the minimum wage was until we started getting into the fight about it. You know, we got up to $13 an hour, but you know, it's a shame when you have people briefing the budget and you ask the question, well, what is the minimum wage? And they said, really never thought about it. You know, we never thought about bringing it up to $15. So who's they thinking about? And the folks that's giving the briefing, they're making 6 figures, $140,000, $160,000 a year off our tax dollars. You know, feeding their children and bringing their children into the school district and their wives and stuff. You know, you could have family reunions just right here in the school district. You know, it's sad. You know, you got schools right now, you're talking about Black children, and you was talking about education there. You have schools right now in the Waltham area that has no Black teachers in it. No Black teachers, no Black assistant principal, no Black principals, no one in leadership that a Black child can turn around and run to that look like them, that they feel comfortable with. You know, but the school district feels as though this is fine. That makes sense to them. That makes sense to them. Let's reverse the process and see if it makes sense to them. You know? It's shameful. They're pushing out teachers and principals that's teaching our Black children, you know, holding everyone accountable, but a few family affair folks, like in Maryville School there, you know, kicked out of position. Tanja Johnson, I will never get over that. It's shameful. Shameful. And that type of leadership needs to go. Bottom line.
Marvin, thank you for those words. We're wrapping up the pop-up shop here in a few minutes. So y'all come on down. Some more folks walked in while we were talking. We need to hear those words about the school district, what's happening in the city of Georgetown. We need to know from the people, what's your vision? We all have vision, but what are we doing to work together to make that vision happen so that our children and our children's children can stay here in the land where we made money. Our ancestors worked for free or little money. I don't think people understand that the city of Georgetown median income only hit $30,000 like a year and a half ago.
Yeah.
So we went from zero unpaid to $30,000 median income, y'all. That means 50% of the people make less than $30,000 a
Yeah.
year in the city of Georgetown. This has got to end. If people are not talking $15 or more an hour in salary and income, do not take them seriously because they're not serious. They're not serious at all. You can't live on $7.25 an hour. So if there's anybody from the mayor, city council, county council that says this is not about income, yes, it is about income. And when they say something like that, that means they're not serious. They want you to make $7.25 an hour. It is all about income. It's
And it's
all
all
about
right with it. And
generational
here
wealth.
you got guys with 6 figures driving the county vehicle home at the school district, driving the county vehicle, parking it a mile away from his house at the fire station. I guess so nobody would know. I guess it's on government property. But you have people with making less than $11 an hour have to leave one job to go to another job to buy gas to get back to the job and to live. But these folks, the good old boy system is still going on. And that guy's Alan Walters. That's who's driving it. That's who's driving it. And who's reporting it? People from the school district is reporting it. It ain't just black people, white people too. Everybody's reporting it. Everybody is fed up with the okie dokie and the good old boy system in Georgia. We're going to keep it real. We're going to keep it live. We're going to continue to stay in those school board meetings, county council meetings, city council meetings, appeals meetings, zoning meetings, and have to address these issues. The key now is the 20-year comprehensive land use plan. We have to get involved, get injected, and make sure our voice is heard, because once it's in place, you can't go back and change it.
That's for 20 years, folks, and they trying to play the okie doke on us. We've got to get you engaged. Exactly. If you can't make it, send somebody. If they can't make it, you need to come. You need to vote, and you need to be engaged. You need to get educated, motivated, and activated. There's too much going on where you guys can get educated and knowledgeable what's going on. We will keep you informed here in Georgetown, just as we're doing the housing and rental assistance. There are a lot of other things that are coming up also. So stay in tune with Spotlight and also a gathering place hosted by the Gullah Geechee Chamber of Commerce. We are all collaborative partners working together, but more importantly, we need you. We need our community to come out, get engaged, and be a part of the solution, not a part of the problem. So come on out and get engaged. Marvin, I'm going to have to hop off here. It's been good as always. Thank you. Y'all come on down, enjoy Donnie's Grill, meet Joyce and the products that she's creating, and let's make it happen. And thank you, Ebony. See you later, Marvin.
Hey, take care, Mel.
All right, you too.
Bye-bye, Ebony.
Thanks, everybody. We'll see you next Saturday at 11 a.m. on Spotlight, brought to you by the Georgetown NAACP. Yes, it is comprehensive plan they are putting together even as we speak. There are different workshops. It's the planning committee. Go to the planning committee meetings and workshops. Then it will move on to county council, and they will be having, Doug, public meetings. And we need to show up and show out. All right. Keep your eye on public information. They've got to get the word out. And when we hear about it, we will let people know about the public meetings when it comes to the comprehensive plan. Thanks, Doug. We appreciate you. And thanks, JD. And thanks all, Jackie. Thanks all who attended Spotlight today. We'll see you next week. Thank you. And enjoy the rest of your weekend.